Have you run into this problem? Go ahead and remove the lock ring. But we can't pull the cassette off. We'll show you the wrong way and the right way to get this cassette removed from the Freehub, hopefully without damaging the cassette or the Freehub itself, and then show you a quick fix to solve this problem. What you don't want to do is take a hammer and a screwdriver and try to bang that cassette off of the Freehub. All you're going to do is damage the cassette and the Freehub itself. If you can get your hands on 2 chain whips, you may be able to solve the problem a little bit easier. You will probably need a straight edge screwdriver. The problem we're experiencing here is that this is a Bontrager alloy Freehub, and as we bike forward, the individual cogs cut into the splines of the Freehub and lock them into place. We'll go into that in more detail later. One trick, which you may free it up or you may do it before you get to using the screwdriver, is to hold the cassette in place with one chain whip. With the other, we're going to try to move each of the outer cogs, which are usually not attached to the spider, in a counterclockwise position to free them up from the Freehub themselves. In order to do this, it's tricky. You need to hold one, that's holding cassette in place, and with the other, we're going to hold the chain around it. So look what I'm doing. I'm holding here, pushing down, then holding this in place, and give it a tug. And do that for each of the outer 3 or 4 cogs. You need to make sure, again, you're holding it with your palm, holding this in place so it doesn't slide out, and again, giving it a tug. This may be enough to free up the outer cogs and remove the whole cassette, or you may need to go and use the screwdriver, which I'll show you now. If you don't have 2 chain whips, well, you might borrow one from a friend, or you can skip this portion and go directly to using the screwdriver, but I do suggest if you can get a hold of 2 chain whips, this is the way to go. If the 2 chain whips don't free up the cassette, take your straight edge screwdriver and begin easily prying around each of the outer cogs that are not attached to the spider. Do it slowly. We actually freed it up some with the chain whips. Try to use a minimal amount of force that you can. Moving all the way around. Now we can see the spider itself, and this should just lift right off. And it does. If we look closely at the end of the Freehub, we can see where the individual cogs have dug into the Freehub itself, and this has locked it into position, making it difficult to remove. Notice that the portion that is attached to the spider is easily removed and doesn't dig in because of the broad nature of the spider and splines as compared to the individual cogs that attach. The hub is a Bontrager hub, and it's an alloy hub, and the alloy is much more susceptible to the constant pressure of the cogs against the alloy. This is one reason I stick with a steel Freehub. A few more grams, but it's probably worth it. In many cases, we may be able to solve this problem and allow the cassette to be placed on and off with much greater ease by using a small file and filing the burrs all the way around. Once the burrs have been filed off, you should be able to replace either the old cassette or if we're putting on a new one. And then starting at about the 3 o'clock position, we'll give it a nice tug all the way down to somewhere around 5 o'clock. Unless severely damaged, this Freehub should still have a lot of good useful life. Hopefully this will help you in dealing with alloy Freehubs. If you have any additions, questions, please comment below. Subscribe to keep up with our latest videos. This is Tony of Tony 10 Speed. Safe cycling.